areas. I'm absolutely honored to be able to take an animal of this caliber, even with his rack busted off of just the age of him.
I'm good freaking 8 inches or more.
Yeah, I was thinking I was a lot lower than you are.
Yeah. Alright folks, welcome back to Legendary TV. Tonight's December 3rd, 2025. Just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, what we're doing is we're in an old cabin here. We're after a big non-typical. Unfortunately, about a week and a half ago, he busted off his right main beam. He's still got about 12 scoreable points. Big Browsie's a 5 or 6 year old. I believe he's pushing 6. I have his shed from last year. I've had him in here multiple times. Been debating on whether or not to go ahead and take him. And I believe tonight, if we're lucky enough to have him visit us, we're going to go ahead and take him. So, go ahead and sit back and probably going to be a little bit warmer than we are because it's a little chilly tonight with the snow and the cold. So, stay warm and hang tight. Watch Legendary TV. That's where all my corn's going. Save that picture or whatever, because both of them were on that, but that was, still a few minutes right before legal shooting light, but it would have been tough at that point, because it was like 21 after, and it was like dark at 27, it would have been hard.
Yeah.
But, they were here long before that. When they both showed up before, like, the first time that 14 point showed up was, like, he walked through the opening back behind the corn pile. Like, straight behind the corn pile's that sapling.
Yeah.
Like, back by the brush. He walked back in there. So
yeah.
That's like 36 yards or something like that. That's where he stood back there for the longest time. Staring over here. Well, it was because that big one was coming. And then he ended up over here. And, like, if that corner was gone, I would have shot that 14 point. He was standing right here, like less than 20 yards. And my wind was going up that way. And there was a young buck and a doe running around down here. And then all of a sudden, they all came back this way and stood there. And then that's when the big non-typical, like, showed up and everybody cleared the corn pile. He showed up. going that way. Out to that little doe. Alright folks, so about 5:15, our non-typical, he finally came in from the east, came in, bumped a doe, pushed her off to the west. Within a few minutes, she turned around and came on back in, looking at another smaller buck, and he came back in, stepped out at 20 yards, was able to go ahead and make the hit on him. Maybe just a little bit high, looked good behind the shoulder, but just a little bit high. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to back out of here. We're going to go back and get in the truck, warm up a little bit, and come on back after a little bit and go ahead and pick up the blood trail. Okay. That makes me feel better. Oh. There he is. Got him. This is where he broke that main beam off over here, coming out from underneath here. All right, folks, we finally got him out. As you can see, he obviously busted off his right beam on this side. Hoping before the year's over with, put some miles on, maybe I can get lucky enough to find that other side. Last year, me and this deer had a long course of cat and mouse, and obviously he won until this year, and I have a shed from last year, so it's kind of nice to be able to put an end to this chapter with this deer. He's just an absolute amazing animal that was all beat up on this side, just a true warrior of the Ohio woods, and I'm absolutely honored to be able to take an animal of this caliber, even with his rack busted off of just the age of him. Like I said, he's probably 5 or 6. So it's a sweet end to a chapter of me and him together, and look forward to next year. You're watching Legendary TV.